Yo, 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 yo. Friends and family. Friends and family. If you're on here, say what up. It's Monday. We missed last week. I didn't get to talk to you guys. Mr. Oil Face, good morning. Hopefully everyone can hear me. Word, Krussia is on board. I'm sorry about the clickbait thumbnail. He's not here today. He will be on tomorrow, so I just wanted to make an announcement, trying to make these things, these interviews happen on Tuesdays at 12. So trying to make a scheduled thing, and hopefully you guys, if you're available, you can tune in. So it can become more of a regular thing. I will say that the following week after Krussia, I'm gonna have to miss that one. Maybe I can do that live with. I'm just kidding. I'm working on next Tuesday, so I can't do that. But we got Krussia coming in tomorrow. Pretty excited about that. If you guys know or don't know, Krussia and I, and Tony, who maybe you guys know or not, went to Russia over the summer. So we went to St. Petersburg. We went to Moscow, and we participated in a few races there in both cities, and met some of the our Russian family out there, as they are now our family. Everyone was ultra hospitable out there. We had a really good time, and probably going to talk about our trip there, as well as a little bit about Krussia, because he is an artist outside of riding a bike. Outside of being an artist on a bicycle, he's an artist with a microphone. So maybe we'll get a little taste of that tomorrow. You'll see what I'm talking about if you don't know. But I just wanted to jump in here real quick and say hello, remind you guys about tomorrow, and got some big news coming up for December. I got a really special guest. I can give you guys a little hint. If you guys follow me on Instagram, check my oldest story before it gets deleted. You might get a little hint on who's going to be on the show here in the future. More on that soon. But until then, I would like to just say hello, happy Monday. I'm here at the studio doing some last minute editing. Didn't have a chance to put anything up this Sunday. I apologize. And kind of want to hear you guys' thoughts on the channel as of lately with these interviews. We've done 4 now, 5 tomorrow, and I started taking snippets of these interviews, these live interviews, and uploading them, kind of sprinkling them out among the week, so kind of to break up the bike riding footage. Hopefully, I don't want to saturate the channel with interviews, but it might feel that way from your uploads or your subscriber list. So let me know if it's a little too much, because I think in the future I might even make a separate channel just for those interviews, or just for the sliced up interviews. But for now, the channel's, it seems like you guys are fine with it. Let me know in the comments. Anyways, so yeah, now that I'm here, you got me. I wanted to just take a couple minutes to answer some questions that you guys might have. While I'm waiting on those questions to pop up, I'll tell you guys about a couple videos I have in the works. When I was in Japan, there was a typhoon, and we got stuck in the typhoon, and we missed our flights, and it was a crazy adventure. I posted some videos up on YouTube, they were like an iPhone dump. I'm actually going to tell that story along with the people on that journey. So I've done an interview. I actually had to do it twice because I had some technical difficulties. So I'm waiting on another interview, and then I'm gonna cut that footage up from our phones and kind of what happened and our different points of view, and hopefully you guys find it entertaining, as entertaining as it was for us to try to get to the airport from Tokyo. And what was the other project? Oh, the following project is, if you guys know or follow me on Strava, you might know that I haven't been riding my bike as frequently as I usually do. I didn't ride my bike for almost 5-6 weeks, like a real bike ride. And part of that was by accident. I didn't mean to do it at first. And then after I was already like 2 weeks in, I was like, started to notice I was just kind of in a bad mood. And I mean, I knew cycling affected me mentally, but I wanted to see how far I could take it. So I intentionally didn't ride. I mean, I filmed a hotline or two, but and then I checked back with myself, and man, I was a mess last week. That last week was the end of that 5-week little sprawl. And I finally went on a couple rides, nothing super serious yet, but I felt much better after riding my bike. So I thought I might just do a video on that, just talking about mentally how I feel after riding my bike. It's kind of personal, and kind of, almost lightweight. Felt depression. It was heavy. So remember to ride your bikes. Let me jump into some questions here. Got a couple questions and then I'm going to get out of here. Whoa, the sun came out, eh? Let's see. I'll start from the bottom here. How's the weather? Asked Golden Ashtray. Dude, the weather today in New York is great. I really don't want to be in here, but I have to put up some edits for you guys. It's 50 degrees, I think. I should be outside. When I left my house to come over here this morning, I was a little upset that I was actually coming here. I was like, I should have went on a bike ride today. Today was a good day to do that, but I have some work-related stuff outside of this YouTube stuff that I have to handle, so got to sit at a desk for a little bit today. Yeah, man, brakes are good. Max is asking how much time in Russia. 12 p.m. Eastern time. Here, I'll look. Sorry. Someone was texting me and I got a little mixed up here. I'll do it by Moscow time. Oh man, so it'll be Moscow time. It'll be what is it? 7. Yeah, it'll be 7 p.m. Moscow time. So 7 p.m. tomorrow Moscow time. Krussia will be on live. Bring Skeletor on board. I've only met him once. I would love to go ride around and actually get him in here and talk to him off the bike too. Kurt wants to know how I find riders to film. It's a community, man. Either I'm friends with them first, or they're friends of friends, or I meet them, that way like I said, it's kind of a family. So when I travel, sometimes I reach out, others reach out to me, and I ride with them for a little bit, and then we film, or I meet them in a race or something like that. It's pretty natural. Michael's wondering, whose style have I enjoyed the most to follow, rider-wise, and what I find unique about those riders around the world. I think this might be biased because I'm in New York, but I like following Cooper around because of the way that he He can, be aggressive and force his way through traffic, but usually it's more like a kind of like a flow, and that's kind of how I like to ride myself. Um, I don't like to force cars to stop. I don't like to force pedestrians to stop. I don't like to scream at people. I like to kind of be more like a ghost. So he's, probably one of the smoother people that I filmed with. And then Arn in Jakarta, he's got a cool, like, it's a very dense, traffic dense place to ride your bike. And he's fun to follow just because a lot of those, I'm a big guy and he's a lot smaller. A lot of those in between cars were really tight, and I was also it was just challenging to keep up with him. Riding with Lucas Burnell is pretty cool. Only have done that once or twice in Miami, so probably heading there in December to get away from this cold for a little bit. So might be some Lucas stuff here in the future. Justin is saying cycling is good for mental health. It's totally, I agree. Jeff Best is the best. Yeah, man, I was just texting with Jeff. That smile, you didn't sleep enough. Yeah, maybe. Kurt's saying the best videos are people who can flow with traffic. Yep. Yeah, I mean, I'm not knocking how other people ride or anything. This isn't a critique. Like the whole reason that, like, I'm filming people, I'm not telling them how to ride their bike. I want to document how people actually ride, and I also tell them, like, don't show off for the camera as well. So just be natural. Imagine me as like I'm a just a reporter checking in. What events do I race in? How do I train? I don't like, that's the negative way to say it. Hold on. I don't find racing like road and like super strict like races where you have to be, there's categories and all that. I prefer like adventure races and rides, like long. I like more, I don't even think they're considered endurance, but they're definitely longer than a typical, like a cross race. I just like being out on my bike for a long time. So if I'm going to participate and pay for an event, I would rather do ones that are I'm on in the saddle longer, and you get to see more things. And usually like the vibe on those kinds of races are more fun almost. I mean, races can be fun too. It's fun. I like to go, like Rainy Cross was this weekend. I like to go and just kind of like fuck with people and yell at them when they're riding by, that's fun. But I don't like just really quick, fast races like that. I'd rather be on my bike for a while. Ones that I've done in New York, I've done Farmer's Daughter a few times. That's like a gravel adventure ride. Never Sink is kind of like a road race with some dirt as well. Like that's fun. There's some people who put on a race that happens in June with a bunch of fast road bike guys out here. That's a really fast race, but you don't have to race. I usually just ride as hard as I can. Can't keep up with those guys. They're too fast. But that's really fun too, because you're camping and stuff. So those are the kinds of events I like to ride on. Usually more dirt than road, And how do I train? I usually just ride my bike. I don't like have a training regimen. That's probably why I'm sure I can see better results than my performance if I did, obviously. But I just, I have a lot of things, other things in my life going on, so it's hard to dedicate that much time and effort to one, like training and keeping strong. I'd rather ride my bike as much as I can in my free time and not like and have fun than train for performance. You know what I mean? That's more important to me right now. I have never raced the track, and I'm kind of interested in racing the track. I just wish there were better facilities here in New York. It's great that they do have casino, but T-Town's kind of far to participate all the time. But I feel like track racing would be really fun for a season or two. I don't know. Any of you guys race track or race bikes at all? I'm curious. Anyone here? Or you guys all just ride on the street? Well, thank you guys for the questions. I'm going to finish what I started here. I just wanted to check in and let you guys know tomorrow, jump in and ask Krussia some questions or listen to his stories about Russia and his kind of his upbringing. Thank you, Max. Studio review. It's coming one of these days, you know. One of these days. Once it's cleaned up. Maybe after the holidays. Yeah, you know, jump in and ask some questions towards the end of the interview with Krussia and learn a little bit about the guy. He's a super humble guy, and I'm really excited to have him here tomorrow and share his story with you guys. So we'll see you guys tomorrow. Hopefully your week is going well, and I will talk to you guys very soon. Stay safe out there, man.